couldn't happen to a nicer company. The one that started it all, the one that revealed Sweet Baby Inc. to the world, Rocksteady, is pretty much going under at this juncture. We've seen exactly how big of a failure Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was this entire time, and now they're hit with layoffs. Wow. Who could have predicted that happen? Well, we did in several videos back in the day. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Again, I think bigger layoffs are coming. I think more studios are going to shut down. Ubisoft's going to be the big one. We're going to see this next year. They're going to get hit hard. But this is the beginning. The avalanche is starting here. Wokeness has killed a lot of video game studios, and a lot of new independent studios are coming back up to fill that void. It's a good thing. It's a healthy thing for the market. I know they're taking to Twitter right now doing the my jobs, how could you root for us to lose our jobs? Okay. As a person who's been blacklisted for everything because I didn't go along with your woke politics, I have zero sympathy. Got to tell you that. All right. Hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. Join us here as we talk about all things video games and culture and have a lot of fun in the process. I'm John Delarose. I make my own comic books because, of course, like I said, the comic book industry blacklisted me. I'm trying to replace Star Wars, Warhammer 40K, the fun science fiction stuff that you used to enjoy back in the day before these corpos took it over, added in their DEI agenda. And this is a lot of fun. We have a beautiful graphic novel for you, and it's resonating with a lot of people, as you can see. This is already our second highest grossing graphic novel of all time. The first was book 1 in this series, and both are available on the campaign if you grab the complete Aileron Adventures. So we can get there today. We just need a couple $100, and we are going to be the highest grossing graphic novel of all time here. We're on our way up as companies like Rocksteady are on their way down. And I appreciate your support. The link's in the description below. Thank you guys so much for backing and reading. All right. Rocksteady hit by layoffs after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League underperforms. One staff member made redundant while on paternity leave. Uh-oh. That's going to be a lawsuit. I can tell you that right there. It's not a good thing. Rocksteady staff have told Eurogamer of redundancies at the studio. Oh, yes. Following the underperformance of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Huge loss for Warner Brothers Gaming. This is one of the biggest losses of the year. I expect only Ubisoft will top that at this point. I know that Sony's doing pretty bad with Conquered. We did a video on that this morning. But Suicide Squad really cost them so much to make. And it was, I'm going to rant about this for a little bit. It was so easy for them to not screw this up. All you have to do is just keep it in the vein of your already made Arkham games, which are fantastic, that everybody loves, and then you just do that again. It's not that hard. But they had to go woke. They had to make everything about this lesbian girl power stuff. They had to make everything about just murdering Batman in the stupidest ways in order to, and the reason they did that was to just show that they're killing your white male heroes. They really are. We know. I'm not going to mince words over here. And Sweet Baby Inc. was involved. They did it. They torched this game, just like Dustborn was another Sweet Baby Inc. game that's not doing so hot right now. It all goes the exact same way with all of these woke games every single time. The company's QA department has seen its size almost cut in half over the last month. Eurogamer understands from 33 team members to 15. So that means 18 people have been laid off this last month, with poor sales of Suicide Squad directly cited as the reason for restructuring. So before anybody in the journos out there tell you that it's something other than that it's just the economy or just a superhero fatigue, something like that, Suicide Squad is 100% the reason for it. The job losses extend outside of QA too. One staff member posting publicly on social media over the weekend that they've been told they were being made redundant in the middle of their paternity leave. Now, that's something that you're going to get in huge trouble for as a company. That's going to always lead to a lawsuit when that kind of thing goes on. Eurogamer has contacted Suicide Squad publisher Warner Brothers for comment, has not received a response. Rocksteady staff, who requested to remain anonymous, told Eurogamer that the loss of so many roles in developers' QA department, including team members with specialized knowledge, would leave their remaining colleagues shouldered with more work. Aw, maybe they'll actually have to work at this point. I know a lot of these companies, I had an insider at Ubisoft talk to me, they have full hours every day of just diversity training seminars and things like that where they're not even working on these video games. I imagine with Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement that it's very similar with Rocksteady. So they might actually have to do jobs at this point. The horror. But I don't know how much longer. I know they were planning multiple seasons of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and they just dropped their Season 2 content, but with a full pass to buy the downloadable content. What a scam business model. And a lot of people just weren't playing it already because the first season was so bad, there was just no reason to. And then when they showed all the promo images of that trans Mrs. Freeze thing as a villain to come up with this whole thing, nobody wants to play as the trans weirdo Mrs. Freeze. Obviously, that's going to fail. So I don't know how many more seasons are actually going to get out there, even though they have worked on a lot of these. At some point, you just have to cut off support and cut your losses when the player base just isn't there. It's not like word of mouth is growing for this game. People are not going in there and saying, yes, Season 2 is fantastic. There's not been real reviews from real people who are trusted that say anything positive of the sort. I'm sure IGN gives it a 7 out of 10, just like they do every AAA game. They never give anything below that. But normal people know that this game is just a complete failure. There's also been an acknowledgement by Rocksteady's senior management that the product quality will now suffer as a result, staff say. That's interesting. The product quality's already been tremendously low. People have been complaining about this game since the get-go. So how is the product quality going to get worse because of this? Honestly, if you get rid of some of these woke people, the only way it can go is up at this juncture. But honestly, you have to abandon this game. There's nothing to do at this point. It's not going to go better. No future seasons are going to provide interesting content. It's obvious about how this is going to go. Staff members affected by job cuts include numerous junior staff, but also several team members employed at Rocksteady for more than 5 years. Last month, Warner Brothers reported a 41% fall in gaming revenue year on year due to game weak performance of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, after previously saying it had lost $200 million on the game. That's a number that seems to be trend-worthy at this juncture. With Concord, we just ran the numbers this morning. Sony's lost about $200 million on that game. It seems like all of these companies have the exact same structures, the exact same budgets for these AAA games, and about the exact same amount of revenue that comes in from these AAA games as well. It's funny that. It's like there's only like a handful of woke people and modern audiences that actually want to play this crap, and real gamers just never, ever come in. And yet they're surprised. Now, this is something that maybe they actually are surprised in upper management, to be honest, because I think this is something that is unique to this year, that finally gamers have just said, no, we're not going to play your next iteration of this franchise that we love because you botched the last one, you botched this one. And a lot of these AAA games are hitting at the exact same time from these big studios that they have been developing for years. You got to remember, these games take at least 2 to 3 years to develop. So every single time you get a failure like this, it's been going since 2021, 2022, 2023, the height of Black Lives Matter and the pandemic, the height of all the LGBTQ stuff hitting like major chains like Target and the like, and just harassing people nonstop through their daily life, trying to force them into these degenerate lifestyles. It is something that people just got really, really sick of really, really fast because they pushed that hard on every single level. So the stuff that got developed then had all this in it. When they're looking now and they're going to start developing new games at this point, you might actually see a big backing off from gaming studios coming soon. But these games actually aren't going to hit till 2026, 2027. It's got to take like 2-3 years to flatten the curve of this disease, my friends. So you got to wear your masks till then, I guess. But this is something that all you have to do is just not play these games as it's showing. They're going to lay off the weirdos. They're going to pare things back. They're going to relaunch games. Now, there's no way to save Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, obviously. This is something that's ridiculous. Eurogamer's review here said Rocksteady's talent is so evident in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it almost overcomes the terrible decision to try and make it, which is ridiculous. Of course, they were given a shill review in this stupid thing. But even with that, they gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. They're just not ready to say this is actually something that's pretty good. Now, like I said, this game's unsalvageable. This is going nowhere. I mean, this is what you have as your kind of icon on this. And so there's no way to save this. But there is a way to save the forthcoming games. Like I said, just don't buy these. Don't buy Star Wars Outlaws. Don't buy Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let them die on the vine. And play different other games like Black Myth Wukong. And these people will get the message eventually because they have to make a profit on these kind of things. They can't absorb these kind of losses forever. It's going to be a brand new day in gaming. It's just going to take a couple of years. Couldn't happen to a nicer company. Womp, womp. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. More layoffs coming, I'm sure. We're going to be reporting on it every step of the way here. Thank you guys for being part of this community. Appreciate you for being here. And of course, back to Hidden Emperor in the description below. Thank you so much.